The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. The return of Julius Randle. He took a season-low 6 shots. Did get into the offense in terms of assists. Campaign 16 points in the second quarter, 18 for the game. But too much from Anthony Edwards, who goes for 36. And Minnesota, with Randle saying hello and goodbye to Jalen Brunson, blows out the Knicks tonight, 116-99. Great to have you with us, Bill Pito, along with Wally Szczerbiak. So no Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks for the second straight game. Dante DiVincenzo, the former Knick, unable to play for Minnesota because of a sore toe. As I mentioned just seconds ago, Julius Randle didn't force anything.
No.
Did fill up the box score, but took only 6 shots. The issue, though, again, the opposition's ability to hit the 3-ball.
That's a big problem right now for this Knicks team. If you can't defend that 3-point shot at a high level, you're not going to win a lot of games in this league. And teams are coming into the world's most famous arena. They're shooting lights out. And the Knicks, they have a reputation now of not being a physical, stingy defensive team. The two most important statistics on a stat sheet to me: your defensive field goal percentage and your 3-point defensive field goal percentage. And right now, the Knicks are not too good in those two categories. They gave up 22 for 40, 55% from the 3-point line, and they also gave up 53% from the field overall. That has to change if this team wants to accomplish the goals that they want to accomplish. They have to get better on the defensive end of the floor. They're like 15th in the league in defensive field goal percentage and 20th in the league in 3-point field goal percentage defensively. Those two statistics have to get better, or else teams are going to come in here and they're going to beat the Knicks, because you can't rely on your offense so much to get you through games. You need to make it hard for teams to score.
Knicks have now lost 6 out of 9. Minnesota's 22 made threes, ties their season high. 55% shooting for them from downtown is their season high. And they were up by 3 after the third quarter, but they blew it wide open in the fourth quarter, 35-21. They outscored the Knicks in the final 12 minutes.
Yeah, and Knicks willed their way to keep in this game. I'll tell you, heroic efforts offensively. Campaign 18 points in 4 minutes in the first half. Jalen Brunson shot the ball very well and tried to keep the Knicks in it. But look at the looks that the Knicks are giving up. I mean, Josh Hart just doing what Josh Hart does, getting knocked around all over the place, hitting the back of the head, hitting the back of the shoulder. I mean, Knicks are getting bonged around and ping-ponged all over the place, but that's just too easy. And with no Karl Anthony Towns, Precious Achiuwa is playing the 5. He's 6'8". He's playing the 5 in the NBA with Rudy Gobert, a defensive player of the year, a rebounding menace, a guy that just imposes his will with his size at 7'2". Great shot blocker. Anthony Edwards missed his first 6 shots of this game. It doesn't matter. He made his next 11 out of 14, and he was lights out. But I was impressed with the way Randle played. He did not force anything, did not turn the ball over. He drew double teams and found wide open shooters at the 3-point line. That team shared the ball magnificently in Minnesota, and that's why they shot that percentage.
So Minnesota makes 22 threes. The Knicks make 14 threes. Math is never my strong suit, but that's a 24-point negative for the Knicks.
Knicks shot well. They shot 42% from 3.
They're outscored by 24 points from downtown.
Right.
Can't win that way, right?
No. They have to get better at defending that 3-point line. There is no way that the Knicks can sustain not allowing teams to come in here and knock down threes at a high percentage. You cannot win at a high level in the NBA if you allow teams to make a high amount of threes and a high percentage of threes. You just can't be good enough offensively to make up for that. They have to figure out a way to defend that 3-point line.
And we're talking about Julius Randle, and he didn't force anything tonight. He seemed to defer to Anthony Edwards.
Yes.
Anthony Edwards had a huge game, 36 points.
I know. And you can tell Julius, that physicality that Julius brings on a nightly basis, I mean, he is put together at 6'9". He's a pretty impressive physical specimen out there on the floor. And Anthony Edwards is the guy that came into MSG. This is one trip to the Garden, and he absolutely lit it up. You could tell he was looking to score. I think he settles for too many threes personally, because anytime he takes to the basket, he can dunk on your head like this. He can finish with real ease. But the game comes easy to him. I mean, he looks like you know, when he gets his head together, I mean, he looks like Michael Jordan out there. The way he moves out there on the floor, just effortless, the way he can get his shot up. I think he settles for bad shots because it's so easy for himself to create shots. But tonight, he had it going at a high level. His teammates, Naz Reid, coming off the bench, knocking down threes. This team is also big at every position. You look at the Timberwolves, they have size at every position and length at every position. That's one thing the Knicks, I think, need to work on. They need to get bigger, and maybe Mitchell Robinson coming back will help them, because right now at times they look like they're getting overpowered with teams that have length and size at a lot of different spots on the floor.
You mentioned Naz Reid, the New Jersey native, season high 6 made threes. He didn't miss.
Nope.
He comes off the bench for 23 points. He goes 6 of 6 from downtown. That was a huge part of the Minnesota three-point shooting story.
Yeah, and, you know, campaign helped him in that first half to get him back into the game. But Naz Reid is Sixth Man of the Year for a reason. He's a stretch five that can really shoot the basketball, but that's not all he does. He's a very cerebral basketball player. And I think the reason why they thought they could let Karl Anthony Towns, just a superstar, go is because they have that much faith in Naz Reid and what he could do to kind of plug some of the holes that Karl Anthony Towns, the things that he did. So they made that move thinking it's going to open up a lot for Naz Reid. We get a guy like Julius Randle who complements Gobert perfectly. And this team is struggling a little bit at 21 and 18. They're trying to figure things out. But you can see when the pieces come together, this team is a pretty formidable team, and they're prepping to be an impact team in the playoffs come playoff time. 99
points for the Knicks. Is that mainly because of no Cat tonight, you think?
Well, the fourth quarter, they just ran out of gas.
They only scored the Knicks 40 points in the whole second half.
Yeah, I know. No energy. You know, it seemed like they just expended so much energy to keep themselves in the game in the third quarter that the fourth quarter, when the Timberwolves were fresh, when they had fresh bodies coming in, knocking down threes, the Knicks just didn't have the emotional juice and adrenaline to keep themselves in this game. All
right, Wally, Monica McNutt helped call the game on ESPN New York, the radio broadcast. Monica, what do you think from your vantage point?
Woo, that's a really good defense, huh? I thought it was hard for the Knicks to find mismatches and easy baskets. The three-point shooting, the parade to the three-point line for both teams in the first half was a lot of fun, but I think you saw the defense intensify in the second half, particularly in that fourth quarter when Anthony Edwards is leaning into the assignment of guarding Jalen Brunson because he's such an elite competitor on both sides of the floor. So that defense is 7th in defensive rating. It is 3rd in defensive rating if you isolate December, the month that they're coming off of, and they had just length at every position outside of the couple of times that Mikal Bridges was able to post up Mike Conley.
Monica, I was watching the game from in the building. It was an electric atmosphere. I thought there was some more juice in the building. How are these teams coming in here and just getting these wins when the fans are so ready to get wins for the Knicks at home?
Well, Wally, what did you enjoy more, playing in front of the home crowd or silencing the road team?
That's a great question. I love silencing the road team.
And so I think
nothing like silencing the road crowd.
I think that's what's happening because the Knicks fans are so into it. And then in the first half, they're up and down and they're living on threes and living on great passes and cheering on campaign and reacting to Julius Randle's corner three air ball. It is energy in here, right? And so you said it yourself. And Anthony Edwards, I'm certainly would say it, and that would trickle down to the rest of that T-Wolves roster. To silence them, they are playing with that level of energy and intensity. I also think that just frankly, in terms of their privilege of sharing the load, they can go pretty deep into their roster as far as putting guys on the floor. And we know that this Knicks squad is playing the most minutes. The starting five is playing the most minutes in the league.
Monica, we've emphasized, and Wally's been talking a lot about the Knicks' defense against the three. What do you think is happening in that part of the game for the Knicks?
The adage is penetrating kick, right? It's sinking on their initial penetration, then you just have to scramble. And for a team, again, those guys, top 10 in the league in terms of three-point shooting. They are long athletes. They shoot the ball well. So even your contest, if you get out to Naz Reid at the three-point line, you got to be in his face because he's already 6'10", 6'9", and so it's going to be a high release point. In general, though, I just think the Knicks, they have to collapse because a rim protector similar to what Mitchell Robinson hopefully will bring when he's healthy has not yet emerged. So it's a lot of pressure when there's penetration for this team to get back out to shooters.
All right, Monica, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday afternoon when the Knicks play host to the Atlanta Hawks.
Sounds good.